Today, I'll be taking a drive on the newest highway in Trinidad and Tobago, the Elmina Clarke-Allen Highway. I just had to come and see this highway for myself. Now, from start to finish, it's not really a long highway. It's only about 7 or 8 kilometers, which should take you about 6 minutes at a reasonable speed. But let's go through why this highway was even built in the first place. So, it starts at the Kumuto Junction and goes all the way towards Sangre Grande. So, it connects Kumuto and Sangre Grande, which frees up the eastern main road, because without this highway, residents from Sangre Grande, Kumuto, all these areas would have primarily had to use the eastern main road, and quite frankly, the areas up there outgrew the eastern main road. So what they did, they cut a highway directly, you could say, through the Aripo Savannah. This is what it looked like before, using satellite images from 2014. And this, you can see the transition between 2014 to present day. Well, almost present day. 2024 is the most recent satellite view we have. But don't worry, it's now on Google Street View. Open your Google Maps, click this little drop down menu in the top right hand corner, click the little yellow man at the bottom called the Pegman. Yeah, that's your official name, Pegman. And all the lines will turn blue. Wherever there's a blue line, you click it, and you can look around there using Google Maps Street View. Just go there, click it. Even along Kumuto Main Road, this whole main thoroughfare here, you can click it and you can look around here. You may be looking for a roti shop or a tire shop or a grocery or something. Yeah, everything has been catalogued on this road here. So just go, take a look around and enjoy yourself. But we are coming up to the new highway now. From the start of the video to here is just about 5 minutes. So it's a 5-minute drive. This was on a Sunday actually, so maybe it's more during the week. But like I said, the new highway can be found at the Kumuto Junction. So you're coming down this road, when you reach here, you're making a left. So you're taking a left right here. I'm not sure what here was before though. This whole section here actually looked like it was here before, because I've seen homes and things. So clearly this road was here before. So maybe the new highway, when it came like from this point, go forward. I'm not sure. I've actually never been in this area in my entire life, so I don't even know. So don't quote me on this. But judging from the fact that there are houses there, I am saying that maybe this road existed before, and the new highway is maybe only after this point, like from here going on. And we have arrived. This is the Elmina Clarke-Allen Highway. And my first critique is that name is too long. Come on, we need to start shortening these names. You know, like how America have the I-95. Quick side note though, this dedication stone, how long before a stray Nissan flies off the road and crashes into it? It's gonna happen eventually, right? We know it. They like to hit stationary objects. So how long before it gets hit? I give it a 6 months at max. But yes, you know how the Americas, like I-95, the interstate, whatever they call it, right? Simple, straight to the point. These names long. It's like Elmina, Clarke-Allen. Hi, come on, shorten this name. You just find shorter names. This is driving, people. This is driving. The road is smooth. It's a brand new road, obviously, so it's smooth. There's no potholes, and there should be no reason for any potholes, because there should be no water lines running under here for water to come and dig up. So just smooth the road. I've never driven on a road this smooth in my life. You know, subconsciously my hand tense, because I expecting a pothole to just pop up. There were no potholes, none whatsoever. I love driving on roads like this. However, I don't know the layout of how the highway was supposed to be built, but there are certain parts that confuses me. For example, right now we have 2 lanes heading in this direction, and there are 2 lanes heading in the opposite direction. But around the halfway point, maybe the 85% point, it turns into 2 lanes alone. One going down, one going up. I don't understand that. Now, on the left-hand side, I could see that there's a part of the highway, just where the split takes place. There's a part of the highway that I will highlight later on, that you can see that maybe they are branching off a road to go somewhere else, but it's incomplete. Not sure why. I'm just speculating here. It looks to me, it seems to me, like they are planning to build the next road on the left-hand side lower down, but they didn't finish it. Whether it's going to be finished now that the People's National Movement is no longer in power, I don't know the arrangement, how this has worked. Maybe the contracts already went out, but I hope they finish it, because it's a nice piece of infrastructure. And given the fact that persons who I've spoken to who live up in this area here told me that they would sometimes spend like 45 minutes to get home, and now it's like 10 minutes from by the Waterfield Junction there to where they are in Grande, like about 10 minutes. I'm like, this is marvelous. This is a marvelous piece of infrastructure right here. We take things like these for granted until you go to a different part of the Caribbean, in the same English-speaking Caribbean that we are a part of, and you realize that a simple 7-kilometer drive like this may take you 45 minutes, and then you wonder, wow, I didn't have it so bad back home. You know, this is like 7 minutes back home. But we are coming up to the place I was talking about. So the extreme left lane is now going to merge into the right lane. So if you're driving here, especially at night, be mindful of that. The extreme left lane merges in. Now you're going to know it's going to merge because it tells you on the ground, slow down, and it tells you slow down now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, slow down now. and right now the lane going to merge. Now this is what I was talking about earlier on, because where the lane goes from 2 and 2 to now 1 and 1, you're going to see on the extreme left hand side there's like a road that branches off. You're going to see the guardrails and them coming up here. And I'm wondering if maybe that could be a different part of the highway to go to a different location. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like a simple runoff road that they would have been using for the heavy equipment to construct the highway. It actually looks like another lane going somewhere else. If I know, put it in the comments so I can know as well. But this is where my problem actually starts, because now it's 2 lanes, and this is technically, well, it is a highway, not technically. So you can see lane heading in opposite direction. It's going to merge into the adjacent lane. And this is a highway that is almost straight. It's not completely straight. If you see from above, which you'll see later on, it's not completely straight. But when you're driving it like this, the turns and bends are so gradual that it seems like it's almost straight. Men are going to be speeding on this highway. I don't trust people speeding coming onto me and there are no guardrails in the center. I'm not sure why it went into a single lane like this. I don't appreciate it at all. It should have had a guardrail in the center here to protect people, especially here where there's no runoff on either side, just guardrails. So if something were to go wrong, you're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit twice because you're going to hit the guardrail right away. I don't trust it. People speed for no apparent reason. The same thing they used to do going down the Eastern Main Road to go into Valencia, that long stretch where they're always overtaken randomly. They're going to do it here, and people get some problems right here. I don't understand this at all. So I'm just hoping that maybe this is temporary and they are going to expand this lower half here to bring it in line with further up where there's 2 and 2 lanes in either direction. That will make me very happy, because see this section here with those rogue drivers that like the speed. Yeah, I don't appreciate it at all. But all in all, I do love this piece of infrastructure here. It gets a pass mark in my eyes. Now I came here last Sunday last day, and I was watching the weather radar from Diego Martin, looking for a break in the clouds to run up here quick to record this video, and I got it. But rain was falling here for the entire day. You all know we were under amber alert. So this got a proper testing of the drainage and the runoff areas and stuff. And there's lots of water on either side, but the water was flowing. So I am assuming that the rivers and drains and canals and whatever infrastructure they did to make water run off served this purpose. There was this one vehicle parked up here. He seemingly couldn't get into his house because like he built his house on the other side of the riverbank, or maybe the riverbank came and met his house. I don't know. Like I said, I've never been in this area before. But all in all, yeah, I'm gonna post the full drone footage and also the 360 footage up on my YouTube page, 360 Travels. But you know, when you look at things from above, you get to realize that Trinidad and Tobago is mostly bush, you know. I wouldn't say, okay, I'm not say mostly bush, but there's a large number of forested areas and then a large number of densely populated areas. But the vast majority of Trinidad is really just forest and bush. If you really look at it from above, that's really all you see. And I'm wondering if maybe, like I was talking to somebody recently and I said, ideally, I think our population should be close to 3 million. We should get our population somewhere up to about 3 million. And I don't think we will have a problem housing an extra, what would it be, 1.6 million people again? I think it's doable. With proper planning and infrastructure, I think Trinidad and Tobago could get its population up to about 3 million in the next 20 years. And they could be comfortable. That could be a comfortable population. We need to have a larger, the 1.3 million, 1.4 is good, but it's not ideal. I think ideally 3 million people to be somewhat self-sustaining should be the goal at some point, because we have enough land. It mightn't be in this exact area because I think this is a protected area or some area that has some significance to the ecological system, but we have other places that are less protected that can aid in housing a larger population. And also we should start building upwards. You know, we live in 3D time and space, so we could not only build wide homes, we could build tall homes, so we could house more people upwards versus spread out. And in doing that, that and all can aid with having a larger population. And before I go, don't forget, the 360 version to this entire video would be up on my YouTube page, 360 Travels, as in 360 Travels, where you could go, you could look around as the car drives, you could be the camera guy or the camera woman. You could pan left, pan right, look up, look down, zoom in, zoom out, and see what you want to see. There's no audio or background track really, you could just hear wind noise, but the point is you get to see what you want to see, being in control of the camera.